and welcome back to a new video. I'm so excited that you guys are here with me today because I don't know about you, but it's the holiday season and I've been struggling a little bit. There are so many things to eat. There's so many nice dishes that people prepare. There's tons of variety in the supermarket or the grocery store, tons of recipes online. Everybody is inviting everybody, and it is a little bit of a struggle. So in this video, I wanted to share with you my 5 tips on how to stay on track during the holiday season. In my last video, I shared what I eat to stay on track, and I showed you a few simple recipes to eat or to follow in those in-between days when you've let yourself go a little bit. But in the video today, I am going to break down my 5 tips on exactly how I manage to stay on track during the holidays. And these are super simple. So just a quick recap. If you're new to my channel, hi, welcome. My name is Vanessa. I am a 46-year-old mom of 3 boys, and I have been living this vegan life, whole foods, plant-based, since last March. And I have lost since then probably around 10 kilos, which is around 20 pounds. And now I am in the maintenance phase. But I still like to share here a lot of recipes on how to lose weight or how to maintain your weight. If you like this kind of content and you're interested in seeing exactly what I do, what I eat, how I do it, I also live in the south of Morocco, which is a beautiful place, and I like to share some of the things that we do here as a family. So if you like this kind of content, or if you're interested in seeing more, then please subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you guys as part of this YouTube family that we've got going on. All right, let's get into the video because that's what you're here for. Tip number 1 is a big one, and this is gonna sound so ridiculous, and I know that I'm gonna get a lot of eye rolling here and there, but I think that it's the biggest tip that I would have, and that is to bring your own food. Yeah, you heard me. Bring your own food. I know this can seem tricky or difficult, but to be honest, if you're gonna go anywhere during the holiday season to see family and friends, and they are not either vegans or following this journey that you are on of whole foods plant-based, then they're probably not gonna know what to have for you. By bringing your own food, you're actually doing the hostess of the party a favor, because if your friends or family or anything like mine's, they don't eat the way that I eat, and they don't know what to prepare. They have no idea. They think it's super complicated. So rather than to burden them with the way that I eat, I prefer to bring my own food. The most important thing here is communication. You guys, all you have to do is communicate to the person that you're going to that this is the lifestyle that you're on now, and that you in no case want to bother them with your lifestyle. So you're just gonna bring your own food. It doesn't have to be something big. You can just prepare something small, just bring your own little container. You can have some, I don't know, vegan lasagna or some mashed potatoes. Anything that you feel like you're gonna enjoy with your friends and your family during that time is just perfect. I know during this time, I'm not so strict with my family and my kids. First of all, in my 3 kids, only the small one eats the way that we do. My 2 big boys, they just eat the way that they want to eat. I don't force this lifestyle on anybody, and when they're here at the house with us, they eat like we do, but when we go out, I let them enjoy whatever they want to enjoy. So when we are invited to these parties, I'm more concerned about myself, and that's why it's easy for me to just prepare something small for me. I know it might seem silly to bring your own food, and people will definitely look at you and might even make a comment, but who cares? If you're there, it's probably because you enjoy these people's company and they enjoy yours. So, just laugh it off. If they make a comment, whatever, they make a comment. The most important thing is to be present and have a good time with your friends and your family. So it doesn't really matter what's in your plate or what's in theirs. The only thing that matters to us right here in this community is that we stay on track. In order to do so, you can just bring your own food and call it a day. It's no big deal. Nobody's gonna make you feel bad or whatever. Just explain it to them nicely and tell them that this is your lifestyle from now on. I'm sure they'll understand. I know some of my friends and some of my family at first were quite skeptic, but now that they see how amazing we all feel, I think they're on board. Obviously, they're not going to eat like we do, but that's okay. Everybody's allowed to eat the way that they want. I'm just saying that this tip has helped me tremendously this year. So that was tip number 1, bring your own food. Tip number 2 is to not be so strict. Don't restrict yourself that much. Let yourself loose. Let yourself enjoy these holidays. I'm not saying that you should go and eat an entire cake or an entire bag of chips, but come on, it's the holidays. This is the time that we want to spend with our family, and you don't want to feel so frustrated like you're not allowed to eat anything. It doesn't matter. It's not going to make that big of a deal in the long scheme of things. It's okay. You can have a little bit more fat or a little bit more sugar. Nothing's gonna happen. I will always remember when my second son turned 9, we had this huge party and he wanted this beautiful cake. I remember it was a blue American style cake. It was 3 layers and it was the most beautiful cake that he had ever seen. And we had this party for him. I had invited a few of my friends and there were a few other of the children's moms there. And I remember that I served everybody a piece of that cake and I did not let myself have a piece. And I felt so frustrated. And now that I look back, I feel so stupid because if I had let myself eat a little piece of cake, I don't think anything would have happened. And that's what I'm just trying to say today. Give yourself a little bit of flexibility. This is the time to spend with your family, with your friends. You want to have a good time. You don't want to sit there and feel all negative Nancy and just, you know exactly what I mean. Just, it's okay. It's okay. If you let yourself go a little bit, if you have a little bit extra sugar, a little bit extra fat, it's not the end of the world. It's not what's going to throw you off track, that's for sure. Tip number 3 is to have some sweet snacks prepared. Now, if you followed me for a little bit, you'll have seen a few of my videos where I share some healthy cakes and healthy baking recipes with you. But I like to have during this time a few sweet things already prepared so that if somebody just drops by or if I have to bring something to somebody's house, I don't come in empty-handed and I come in with something that I can eat as well. Also, I feel like in this period, everybody's eating tons of sweets, they're indulging in candy, chocolate, and you don't want to be there sitting around not being able to enjoy these things. So if you make yourself something sweet in advance, then at least you can sit around with everybody and, okay, have your own food, have your own sweets, but that's fine. At least you'll be indulging in something that tastes good for you and you won't feel so negative and like you're not allowed to have anything. So I am going to show you right now this quick recipe that I made up this morning because this afternoon we are going over to some friend's house. I also wanted to prove to them that eating whole foods plant-based is actually not that bad. A few of my friends have tasted some of my recipes and they're actually pretty impressed. I'm just gonna whip up some quick banana oatmeal cookies and I will show you how I make them. These are all the ingredients that I use for these cookies and I will list everything in the description box down below. I just quickly wanted to show you that I use these quick cooking white oats. And this recipe could not be any more simple. All you're gonna do is pour your mashed banana into a big bowl, and you wanna make sure that it's really well mashed up. And then afterwards, once that's in the bowl, you're going to add in the oats, combine everything nicely together. At this stage, I like to add in the blend of Christmas spices that I have here, some cinnamon and the raisins, and then all I do is just blend a little bit better and make sure that all of the oats are combined. At the end, I added in a little bit of agave syrup. You'll see that I have here added 4 teaspoons just to give it a little bit of sweetness because I tasted it and I think that my bananas were not ripe enough. So there you go. All you have to do is place it on a baking sheet, and then once that was done, I did not even flatten them down. I like to keep these cookies nice and big, and I placed them in the oven at 350 for about 25 to 30 minutes. Look at how pretty my cookies ended up being. I sprinkled a little bit of powdered sugar on top to make them nice and Christmassy, and this is a plate that I'm gonna bring to my friend's house. Tip number 4 is to have some snacks prepared. Now, if you've been following me for a little bit, you know that I am the only girl in the family. I have only boys, and my kids like to snack. They're eating constantly all day long. And in this period, it just seems to be even worse. There is no school, it's the holiday season, so there is constant snacking going around in my house. If I don't have any snacks prepared, I think it's a recipe to disaster. I kind of open up the cupboard and I look at what there is, and I know that if I don't have anything prepared, I'm gonna have something that I might not wanna have. So I like to make my own snacks, and for that it's super simple. I'll either have some pickles or I will cut up some carrots and cucumber and have that with hummus. I also like to snack on fruit. I love to have kakis at the moment. They're in season here in Morocco and they're beautiful. They go really well with the Christmas season. I also love to snack on frozen grapes or frozen fruit in general. I cut up some mango pieces or some pomegranates and I store them in the freezer. And that way, when I'm feeling like having a snack, I just take them out, put them in a little bowl and snack on them. If you have never tried frozen grapes, you need to try them. I remember the first time this summer when I had them, my husband laughed so hard because he couldn't believe when I said that they were really, really good and they tasted like candy. So I forced him to try one. He was really reluctant, but he was super impressed. I mean, frozen grapes are amazing. I don't know if you guys have had any, but they're really good. You should try them. So yes, that is my 4th tip. Have some snacks prepared for you. Let your family and kids have their own snacks, but if you want to stay on track, believe me, you need to prepare some things for you. All right, my last tip number 5, is to stay strong. This way of eating is amazing. It changed my life in a way that I would have never thought. I love the way that I feel since I've been eating whole foods, plant-based, high carb, low fat. I've never had this much energy. I've never been this lean in my life. And in general, I have so much more energy. I feel like I can do so many more things. I love this way of eating. But let me tell you, it's not always easy to stay strong, particularly during this holiday season. People are gonna talk. People have their opinions, and that's fine. They're entitled to have their opinions. But let me tell you, how many times has a friend sent me a message or an article that they have found on the negative aspects of being vegan, or how I probably don't have enough calcium in my bones, how I'm not getting enough protein, how I should be careful because I'm not that young anymore and I need to be careful with my bones. These are all things that you might hear, or when you're invited somewhere, people are not going to know what to make. And that's okay. People are allowed to have their opinion. It's fine. It doesn't really matter. Everybody's allowed to live their lives the way that they want to live. I chose this way of life for me because I knew what I wanted for my future. I knew that I couldn't continue to go on eating the way that I had for the last few years. So it's a choice I made, but I have to stay strong because I am constantly getting comments from people, friends, family. It can be out of concern. It can be because they don't really know what to say, or because they don't understand the way that you're eating. And that's fine. In my environment, there are more people that eat the traditional way than the way that I eat. So it's normal that they have their opinion, and that's fine. A lot of my girlfriends, they would love to eat the way that we do. They would love to change their whole lifestyles and become whole foods plant-based, but they feel like they can't because they feel like their family is not going to follow them. So, everybody has to do what they feel is right for them. What I'm saying with this tip is that you have to stay strong because comments are going to come your way. You can be sure of that. You just have to take them with a grain of salt, and remember, these are people that are meant to love you and you love them. It's okay. Everybody's allowed to have their own opinion. All right, you guys, well, that is it for me today. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I really loved sharing these 5 tips with you, and I hope that it helps you to stay on track during this holiday season. But in the end, remember, this is the holiday season, so you need to enjoy, relax a bit. It's fine. Everything's gonna be okay. Let us enjoy life. I am wishing you guys all beautiful holidays, whichever ones you decide to celebrate, and I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Bye, everybody. Take good care of yourselves. See you soon.